news. Fox 10 News is back.
Well, 24 hours from now, we will know the outcome. The big debate in Milwaukee. The GOP presidential candidate squaring off for the 4th time this campaign season. Time-lapse video showing you the preparations underway at a fabulous venue in Milwaukee. And this time around, the stage will look a little different. Some candidates didn't make the cut for the main debate. Others will not be taking the stage at all.
Steve Kraft brings us all the details and an inside look at the debate stage in Milwaukee.
Behind me is the grand old Milwaukee Theater, a historic and beautiful venue, and this is where tomorrow night's hugely important 4th Republican presidential debate will take place. Now, this theater seats some 4,000 people. Let's take a look at some of the pictures of the setup today. Fox Business Network, of course, is hosting this debate. They have done an incredible job setting the stage for a debate in which the topic is the economy. Some changes this time around for this debate. The candidates will not make opening statements, but they will have more time to make arguments. The goal is to
can really make an outfit. At Ross, you'll find the latest styles.
Back at follow-up segment tonight because of all the controversy surrounding the video showing Planned Parenthood executives bartering to sell baby body parts. There's now a congressional investigation. House Energy and Commerce Committee looking into the situation.
Higher, and this place will be packed tomorrow for a debate that could have a major impact on the presidential campaign. In Milwaukee, Steve Kraft, Fox 10 News.
Should be exciting. Again, the debate happens tomorrow night in Milwaukee, and they will air this on the Fox Business Network and will stream it live on foxbusiness.com. The undercard debate, or the kiddie table as some refer to it, that debate begins at 5 p.m., followed by the main event at 7 p.m. And again, Steve Kraft is there. He will have live coverage of the events. He'll be tweeting live during the event right here on Fox 10.
Let's talk about the Democrats. Hillary Clinton making it official, filing the paperwork for the upcoming New Hampshire primary. It's actually the 4th time Mrs. Clinton has filed in New Hampshire. She filed twice on behalf of her husband in his 2 runs for the White House. She also filed during her first presidential campaign back in 2008.
The president of the University of Missouri resigning amidst criticism from students about his handling of racial issues. Tim Wolf says his resignation is effective immediately.
I take full responsibility for this frustration, and I take full responsibility for the inaction that has occurred.
Student groups have been complaining for months about racial slurs and other offensive incidents on the campus in Columbia. And the unrest led to walkouts and other protests, but it boiled over this weekend when nearly 3 dozen black football players from the university vowed to boycott playing unless Wolf resigned.
It's not just about Tim Wolf resigning, but it's about just getting equal rights with different things on campus. And I know this is just like the beginning of it.
Hours after Wolf announced his resignation, the school's chancellor followed suit. He announced his resignation effective at the end of the year.
A Phoenix resident shoots an intruder who charged at him. The homeowner woke up to find a man in his backyard in the shed, and when the homeowner confronted the man, the robber charged him, trying to get into the house. The homeowner opened fire, striking the intruder. We're told that the suspect will be okay. He has been placed under arrest.
Tonight, we're getting to the bottom of a mystery in Northwest Phoenix in a neighborhood there. We're finding out what these cameras are being used for that are appearing on light poles in the area of 37th Avenue and Camelback. The cameras snap photos every time someone walks by. And we have learned now that they were installed by the city of Phoenix and part of its Graffiti Busters program after a woman in the neighborhood called to complain about vandalism.
Let them watch. It gives us some peace of mind. They don't live here where all the activity is. If they lived here, they'd be thankful it's here, and please don't take it away.
Well, there you have it, right from the neighbor's mouth. The Graffiti Busters program credits the cameras for a 60% drop in vandalism calls and calls for service. The program has 34 live cameras across the city. Each one costs about $6,000.
Well, trending right now, the controversy surrounding Starbucks' new holiday cups. They're pretty simple. They're just plain red cups featuring the Starbucks logo. However, the coffee company coming under fire from Christians who are accusing the company of basically taking Christ out of Christmas. This is kind of what they used to look like. Used to be a little bit more Christmassy. There's the one that they have this year, which is very plain, just red and green. And this is the way they used to appear, the kind of older holiday cups from previous years. No Christian symbols on those either, but a little more Christmassy. You've got the snowman, you've got Santa Claus, and even a reindeer. So why are they so upset now? Well, one Arizona pastor took to social media to explain why.
Do you realize that Starbucks wanted to take Christ and Christmas off of their brand new cups? That's why they're just plain red.
So there's the new cup. It is simplified. That was Valley evangelist Joshua Fierstein explaining to his Facebook followers why he believes Starbucks chose to design their holiday cups all wrong. He and other Christians around the country believe it's just another attack and it's a war on Christmas. But some customers just don't agree.
Again, saying this is much bigger than simply a cup. This is about them removing Christmas, because remember, Christmas is centered around Christ. And the politically correct liberal left look at that and say, wait a minute, we don't want Christ anywhere.
I think that Christmas is right here in the heart and it's in the mind. And as long as you believe in Christmas, good for you. If you do not, well, you do not.
Starbucks has said that a simple, basic holiday cup is aimed at encouraging people to tell their own story this holiday season. On his Facebook page, Fierstein encourages people to tell Starbucks baristas that their name is Merry Christmas, forcing the baristas to shout out Merry Christmas when their drink order is ready. That's actually pretty funny.
Pretty clever. That's a little end run right there.
Merry Christmas.
All right, new at 9. The Call of Duty video game franchise, one of the biggest in the world. The games have raked in more than $1 billion since the first game was released in 2003.
The latest installment, Black Ops 3, arrived on store shelves last week. And for some here in the Valley, the cover of the game features a very familiar face. The man you see here on the big wall behind us. Take a look at that face. He happens to be a Phoenix police officer. If you plan on picking up a copy of the new Black Ops 3 video game this holiday season, pay close attention to the face on the cover, because that's the face of 39-year-old Andy McDermott, a Hollywood actor who also happens to be a reserve officer with the Phoenix Police Department.
The reason I'm out here, the dream job is to be that action hero guy, and this was one of those that was like, oh man, this is exactly what I want to do.
As part of the audition, McDermott spent several days earlier this year working with the team from Activision and Treyarch in a motion capture studio. He believes his years as a police officer and his experience as a personal trainer helped him land the gig.
I went in, did a test shoot with a bunch of ridiculously big weapons and fake, and making mean faces and got picked, got to be the guys.
His face is now being used to sell millions of video games, and it's even been spotted on billboards and buildings across the country.
Never really expected to see my face on a building like that, but I also don't blow it out of proportion.
But his new job, McDermott says it wasn't hard.
I think everybody kind of understands money, and when I tell them that the game, the last couple of years has made over $1 billion with a B, then everybody kind of understands, like, okay, that's bigger than most huge blockbuster movies.
And this father of 4 says while his kids are still too young to play the game, their friends are well aware of just how cool this honor is.
I coach soccer and baseball for them, and some of their teammates are already playing some of these games, and so they're bringing the cover of the game, and I'll sign them for them or sign pictures for them or whatever.
Until you learned about him being married, you were thinking, maybe you'd get arrested by Andy sometime.
No, I'm just thinking that. I don't mind being pulled over if I'm going over the limit for a simple warning, and that's the kind of officer you'd want to have pulling you over to warn you. All right, there are reports that the Call of Duty franchise will eventually make it to the big screen, and McDermott says that he would love to bring his digital character to life.
To life, stopping Carrie's car on the 51.
It wasn't just me, it was everybody in the studio.
Right.
You're going to get pulled over and given a warning ticket.
Right, it's a takedown.
You want Officer Andy there giving you that warning, right?
Yeah, I'm having trouble breathing, officer. I need mouth-to-mouth. All right, an inside job. That's what investigators are calling it. Coming up, we will tell you who they believe planted a bomb on that Russian plane that crashed in Egypt.
Plus, Volkswagen trying to win back customers as the emissions scandal scandal fallout continues to grow, what the automaker is sending to VW and Audi owners.
On the next Modern Family, a sexy Spanish tutor makes Jay jealous.
ASU leaders hoping the free degree may attract.
What are they saying?
If I knew, he wouldn't be here.
Don't miss the next Modern Family. Tonight.
Formative experience for themselves and can articulate what they hope to gain from this.
There are critics who say they've seen this storyline before. This is nothing more than good business strategy. But the university insists this has nothing to do with a marketing campaign. They're playing the long game.
We're really hoping that these students understand that by the time they graduate, they need to mentor students when the students that come behind them, they need to help them get jobs in their organizations. And we hope that they will also help us philanthropically into the future, make sure that these opportunities continue.
I love the idea.
Rodney Bowen believes ASU's investment will pay off for him, even if he has to pay for his degree and others won't.
I think that the opportunities that it's going to provide and the interest in the school that it'll bring and the broadening of the diversity is all absolutely worth me being a little bit bummed I had to pay for school.
In Tempe, Tanya Mendes, 3TV.
Starbucks is now also offering free tuition at ASU. The coffee chain is paying for school for the children and the spouses of its employees who have served in the U.S. military. This is an expansion of Starbucks' current program, which provides free education to employees who have ever served in the military. The company says more than 4,000 Starbucks employees have already taken advantage of the offer. Starbucks also announced today it has now surpassed the halfway mark on its goal to hire 10,000 service members by the year 2018. In tonight's Job Watch, over the next decade, Arizona is projected to lead the nation in restaurant growth.
And it is growth you can already see, with new restaurants sprouting up all over the valley, bringing more food options and, of course, more jobs and business opportunities along with it. Steve Trucree is head of the Arizona Restaurant Association, and he says the state's laid-back business climate is made to order for chefs and other food workers who are willing to take a risk.
These chef-driven restaurants